by?
No, we're just hanging back out at the bay right here, so just chatting. Same people.
What we were talking about anyways was family and being homeless, and you know how ugly and disparaging it is for your family to know that you're homeless. And I was just speaking about my sister Mo and her husband Tracy. They're both attorneys, and you know, I just started Facebooking with my brother-in-law Tracy, and my sister still refuses to talk to me because she, you know, she went out of her way to help me when I went through my situation that made me homeless, which is basically my alcoholism. I mean, everyone's homeless for a reason. Mine personally is I'm an alcoholic. And, you know, that doesn't mean I'm not capable. It just means that
you drink.
I drink excessively. You know, but if I get a job, you know, I'd be, you know, I'd be okay. You know, who knows? You know, I'm not going to. But anyways, the fact that my brother-in-law spoke back to me on Facebook and my sister still won't after 5 years. You know, like my brother-in-law was like, holy crap, man, it's so great to hear from you. And how are you doing? And we've been communicating ever since. And my sister refuses to, you know, even acknowledge the Facebook letters that I sent her.
You know,
It doesn't want to talk to me.
I feel the same way, like, in the sense of what I'm doing out here. My friends and my family have been pretty quiet, like, kind of thinking, like, what are you doing out there? Like, what are you trying to do, trying to prove? You know, they all remember when I had the construction company, and, you know, that's America's vision of success. I mean, mine is a little bit different, and unfortunately, sometimes you have to walk a hard path to get there. And a lot of people out here don't have family support. Me, for one, I'm not in touch with a large part of my family for personal reasons and other reasons, and just it's better I just don't. It hurts me in a sense to think of them even from this standpoint, my friends and my family, while I'm doing this. It bothers me, and the distance in between us bothers me. They're in Boston, I'm down here. It hurts, so I just try to leave it alone. But a lot of people out here don't have anybody or any family.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know.
And I'm one of the lucky ones that does have some family that cares, that still looks out.
That's important too.
And it is important. And I'm so lucky in that way. And it took me a long time to realize that, because I took them for granted for so long. And they've knocked the chip off my shoulder, the chip that I walked on. You know, having the same job for 17 years, working for the Department of Corrections. You know, I used to be big man on campus and do my thing and make my money, and, you know, and now I'm down here, and in a lot of ways I think God is not doing it to be mean to me, but just trying to put me in check and, you know, knock that chip off your shoulder and recognize that your family loves you, and recognize, you know, that you're just a human being going through everything that everybody else is going through. Whatever your situation is, everybody has problems. Whether it's the guy in the mansion down there, you know, or it's the guy in the sleeping bag on the sidewalk. We all have problems. Granted that they may be different, but you still have the problems. His problems are just as big as mine, which now it becomes homelessness is just a matter of geography. Great, you live in a $2 million home and you have these problems, and I live on the sidewalk, but I have problems and issues too, and you have problems, which makes us just human. And, you know, and God bless you for having your home, but don't disparage me for living on the sidewalk. Don't walk by and pick your nose up and be like, you know, take faith value that, you know what, you were one of the lucky ones. And maybe not lucky, you worked for it, whatever, but you got to rise above, and you got to live in the $2 million home, or Derek Jeter's home on the tip of the island, whatever. You know, you did that, you put that work in. But don't disparage me because I fucked up or messed up, or however you want to put it, and I live on the sidewalk. We're still human beings. And that's all I have to say.
What about you, Cindy?
Most people out here do have families that they can turn to. A lot of people do. And sometimes I wonder why don't they go home? You know, if you've got a family that loves you, you have a place to lay your head in a nice, warm, comfortable bed on the floor, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. You've got a place to go to. Go home to your loved ones. It's very important. I've got no loved ones left. My mother died 11 years ago. It's like ever since she died, my family walked away. And I can't seem to reach them. I can't seem to get them back. And that's heartbreaking. I have family, yes. But they disowned me many, many years ago. I have two that don't even speak to me. I have a niece that just had a baby. I've never heard from her. My nephew writes me on Facebook every great once in a while when he's got time. He's ex-Navy, so he knows what it's like to be alone. To be alone out here, the only thing I've got is friends who I call family because they are my family. It's what I've made of them. And they appreciate that because I help them just as much as they help me out. If you've got loved ones out there that need your help, any way you can, just push out a finger to lift them up off the sidewalk one day. Anything. Please help them.
Amen to that.
That's very important. God will bless you all the days of your life just for that one gesture. He will. He's blessed me for a lot of years. I'm still alive because of God.
Don't hate them for their situation, man.
Yeah,
You know,
please don't.
For their geography.
We're people too. We're all people out here, and that's a huge thing is that I'm finding, especially like with my dad.
That's
that
the message, man.
I'm all my dad has left. You know, he's done some things in the past that people don't agree with, and maybe it's a big thing, maybe it's a small thing, and maybe it's just nothing. You know what I mean? Maybe people need to learn to overlook things, and in times of desperate situations, it seems like the only times that we end up coming together, and that's probably why the homeless community is as tight as it is. And that's probably why any other community that's not homeless doesn't seem to have that connection, which I think is miserable. People need to reach down onto these streets and lower the ladder into these depths and let people grab a rung and pull themselves up. And for all you people, I mean, that want to watch this video or any of these videos that I'm making, or any of these people that are talking and talk talk rudely and leave rude comments and things like that, you know what? Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, because you're a part of this community too. You need to get involved.